Today marks 1 year since the Pi network launched its open network, and the celebration is underway. But the mood across the community is anything but uniformly joyful. Behind the speeches, the milestone summaries, and the proud announcements from the Pi core team, there's a growing chorus of voices from pioneers, the very base of users who believed in this project, raising serious concerns. What is Pi Network's true state 1 year after its big transition? And why are so many people questioning everything they once enthusiastically supported? Let's break it down. A year ago, on February 20th, 2025, the Pi network opened up its mainnet, a move that was meant to transform this once novel mobile-based mining effort into a fully operational, open blockchain ecosystem. After roughly 6 years of incremental development, identity verification efforts, community building, and endless delays, Pi claims it finally reached a turning point. An open network where tokens could truly function on-chain, where apps could be created, and where real users could interact with a live blockchain. Official numbers paint an impressive surface. Around 17.7 million verified users, more than 16 million migrations completed from mining balances to mainnet wallets, and over 300 decentralized applications built on the Pi ecosystem. It also claims the network has grown to over 421,000 active nodes, staking more than 111 million tokens for app rankings and community functions. But despite these achievements, many pioneers say the reality feels very different from the promise. Instead of practical utility and unrestricted access, what they describe is an ecosystem that still feels locked, incomplete, and in some respects more theoretical than practical. One of the most prominent complaints centers around utility, or the lack thereof. For thousands of early adopters who spent years mining Pi coins on their phones, the expectation was that their balances would eventually become real, spendable, transferable assets that could be used in the broader crypto economy. But even now, many find that their ability to actually use those coins remains restricted. Some report that balances simply sit there, with little real liquidity and limited marketplace movement beyond small exchanges that operate with thin trading depth. Compounding those frustrations is the KYC bottleneck. A process the Pi core team maintains is essential for compliance, legitimacy, and the prevention of Sybil attacks. But pioneers say it's become a central point of delay that contradicts the idea of a decentralized open network. The verification queue, intentionally slow to ensure quality, has left many users waiting weeks or months for approval. For some, that delay means their Pi coins remain in limbo, not fully functional on the blockchain. To critics, this creates a structural tension. The project originally advertised itself as decentralized and accessible, yet now pioneers find their assets and participation gated by verification processes that feel centralized and rigid. And when a project's value proposition hinges on openness and community empowerment, that contradiction is difficult for many to accept. But the concerns don't end with general usability. Trust erosion is also a key theme in the commentary coming from social media, forums, and pioneer discussions. Many longtime supporters, those who stuck with Pi through years of promise, anticipation, and endless countdowns, feel that communication from the core team has slowed and that clarity on next steps is lacking. A recurring online sentiment is simple. Where's the second migration? Where's the full wallet access? And when will all earned rewards actually be delivered? These questions linger uncomfortably because they touch the heart of what many feel the network promised but hasn't yet delivered. Then there's the elephant in the room, token price performance. A dynamic project with millions of users might be expected to generate bullish markets and growing valuations. Yet, Pi's token has struggled, trading near its all-time lows and experiencing deep drawdowns compared to many Layer 1 blockchains. Even as the broader crypto market experiences downturn pressures, The disconnect between ecosystem milestones and market confidence is striking. This raises serious questions about liquidity, speculation, and whether the token's price truly reflects its utility or simply supply dynamics. Part of this issue stems from the fact that Pi only recently resumed mainnet migrations, allowing coins to deposit on exchanges. In the days around this anniversary, roughly 200 million Pi coins flowed onto centralized exchange wallets, triggering concerns that selling pressure, not organic demand, may be dominating price movements. At the same time, wallets linked to the Pi Foundation saw significant outflows, raising additional eyebrows among traders and analysts about distribution versus accumulation. And while the Pi Core team highlights new developments, including things like Pi App Studio, tools aimed at empowering developers, and a new ecosystem token design proposal intended to tie app function to token issuance, many users argue these innovations feel like internal upgrades rather than milestones that affect everyday usability. They ask, how many of those 300-plus apps are genuinely widely used? How many drive meaningful value? And how many are technically operational but haven't seen real adoption? For some observers, the criticisms go deeper, touching on structural aspects of the network. From governance models that still appear centralized in practice, to referral systems that mirror multi-level incentives rather than pure open participation. Such elements fuel debates about whether Pi is an innovative model for mass inclusion in crypto, or whether it mirrors some of the pitfalls seen in past controversial projects. But it's crucial to note that not everyone is pessimistic. Among the chatter online, you can find defenders who argue that the frustrations are simply part of a long, complex growth phase. They remind newcomers and doubters that blockchains take time, that building infrastructure, compliance systems, identity frameworks, and functional decentralized markets doesn't happen overnight. Some pioneers still believe that the real value of Pi hasn't materialized yet. Not for lack of potential, but because the network is still very much under construction. They point to the fact that the initial hype phase, marked by massive speculative interest, naturally cools once tokens begin circulating and markets settle. They say volatility and price shifts are normal, even expected, and that a stable utility model will take precedence over hype-driven price spikes. This perspective is particularly common among pioneers who see themselves as long-term holders rather than short-term traders. So where does that leave us 1 year after Pi Network opened its doors? On one hand, you have quantifiable progress. Millions of verified users, thousands of nodes, a growing library of apps, and a fledgling ecosystem that is more live than it was a year ago. On the other hand, you have widespread community concern around usability, transparency, liquidity, price dynamics, and the pace of delivery on promises made to early adopters. This split may define Pi's next year, and perhaps its future as a serious player in the broader crypto space. Because in the end, an open blockchain isn't just measured by numbers and nodes. It's judged by whether people can meaningfully use it, trust it, and build economic activity around it. And right now, many pioneers feel they've built up the currency, yet are still waiting to see if the value follows. As we watch this story continue to unfold, one thing is clear: opinions about Pi Network are no longer monolithic. What once was a hopeful dream shared by millions has become a project viewed through a broader, more critical lens. And that's not inherently negative. It's the mark of a community that cares enough to question, to scrutinize, and to demand accountability. Now we want to hear from you. What do you think? Is Pi Network poised for a breakthrough year of real utility and adoption? Or are these concerns signs of deeper structural flaws? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and let's discuss where Pi goes from here.